Are you aware that in Mexico we call him Coco, which is like translated as coconut? Doesn't make
No,
any sense.
that sounds
El
cute.
Coco.
Coco.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Todos alguna vez le tuvimos miedo a The Boogeyman o como lo conocemos aquí en México, el Coco. Si no sabes de qué te estoy hablando, me refiero a esta criatura que nos daba terror que saliera del closet o de debajo de la cama y que nos mantuvo debajo de las sábanas durante muchas noches cuando éramos niños. Boogeyman, Tu miedo es real, es una cinta del director Rob Savage donde descubriremos un poco más sobre este personaje que nos aterrorizó en nuestra infancia y conoceremos la historia de dos niñas, Sawyer y Sadie, quienes atraviesan la pérdida de su madre a la par que intentan recordarle a su padre que tiene que estar para ellas porque él está lidiando con su propio duelo y no de la mejor manera posible. Boogeyman se alimenta de la vulnerabilidad y tuvimos la oportunidad de conversar con Rob Savage, su director, para conocer qué hay detrás de este terrorífico personaje.
When there are scary things we don't understand, our minds try to fill in the blanks. Sometimes the best thing to do is to face it. So this light is going to be completely solid like it is right now. Then gradually, it's going to start flashing until it's totally dark. So you can see that there's nothing to be afraid of. Okay?
Hello, Rob. Welcome to the película.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I would like to start by discussing a little bit about the challenge of bringing to life the boogeyman, because you gave him, an appearance, a voice, and it is a creature that everyone pictures differently. So how did you combine kind of like this universal idea of the boogeyman to create this?
It was a challenge. We wanted to make sure that it felt like people would still be scared of their own boogeyman when they left the cinema. So a lot of the movie, the boogeyman is kind of like cloaked in darkness. We just see eyes looking out from the shadows. I wanted to make it feel like any dark part of your house, this creature could be lurking. And then when you finally see the creature, without giving too many spoilers away, there's this this element of the creature where there's something within him, there's something that he reveals that makes you think there's a lot of the creature that you don't understand and that we haven't seen yet. So there's still room for everyone's interpretation of the creature. This is ours. But we wanted to make it feel like there was still this ocean of darkness that people could project their own fears into.
Are you aware that in Mexico we call him Coco, which is like translated as coconut? Doesn't make
No,
any sense.
that sounds
El
cute.
Coco.
Coco.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Katie, there's something in my room. You believe me, don't you?
There's no such thing as monsters. You need to grow up. I'm serious, Sawyer. I need to be alone.
I love how the film kind of says the boogeyman is what comes when parents aren't paying attention to their kids. And you chose to add this, kind of making it a real life horror film, because we get to see these kids kind of like going through grief while their dad is isolated. What made you go for that aspect of the story?
I think to me, the thing that was interesting is representing the boogeyman as the thing that grows in the shadows when we don't speak to the darkness in our lives, when we don't lean on other people, when we don't talk about how we're feeling inside. We've got this family who are going through grief, but they're not talking to each other. They're all going through their grieving process alone. And so there's a lot of unspoken darkness, which is just exactly what the boogeyman needs to set up residence in their house. And ultimately, the movie, the journey of the characters through the movie is having to come together and speak to this grief that they're all going through and face this creature and face this darkness together rather than alone. And that felt like a worthwhile message to put out there.
Yeah, definitely. And I love how kind of we go on this journey with Vivian and Sophie. And I'm curious, how did you approach what we get to see on screen? Like, how do you manage to get them in the right physical and mental space to portray what we get to see on screen?
It was different for all of the cast. I mean, Sophie had to be at such a high level of intensity every single day she was on set, screaming and crying, and you know, for her, for that level of terror and the repeatability, with her permission, I made loud noises and made things smash and crash and all sorts on set, so we get those genuine jumps and reactions. And then with Vivian, I went to her and I was like, do you need me to make any loud noises or play any spooky music on the set? And she was like, no, I've got this. And she just closed her eyes for 30 seconds and zoned in, and then tears started streaming down her face. And she, you know, she got there herself. She's got this crazy process, especially crazy for a 9-year-old. But she was just a consummate professional.
They are pros. Rob, thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for the film. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Boogeyman, tu miedo es real, ya está en Sinopsis, y recuerda que todos los detalles los puedes encontrar en De Película. Soy Gaby Cam y nos vemos la próxima. Adiós.
What is this supposed to be? It's the thing that comes for your kids when you're not paying attention.
Dad, you have to listen to me.
Okay. I'm listening. Sweetheart, let me handle it.